All right. Hello, students. Mr. Herrick here, trying to help you out with using the calculator to calculate sine, cosine, and tangent inverse. Just as a little reminder, using regular sine, cosine, and tangent means that you have the angle. So like sine of 30 means 30 degrees is the angle that you know, and sine of 30 will find the sine ratio associated with it. When you're using sine, cosine, or tangent inverse, it means now you have the fraction and you're trying to figure out what the angle is in that triangle. Okay, so once again, most calculators are going to be done one of two ways, and I've got a couple of examples here. If you have a handheld calculator, or let's say you're using your phone or anything like that, the sine inverse, cosine inverse, or tangent inverse buttons are usually under the second menu. So if I look here on my TI-84 calculator, I see regular sine, cosine, and tangent right there. If you look just above those, you can see sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse, those negative ones. So in order to get to those, that's how I'm going to hit second and then sine inverse. And that's why it brings up that sine negative 1. Okay, same thing can be done on your phones as well. Many of you have a second button that brings up a second screen, which once again has the sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse buttons. Okay, let me show you how it is on a couple of other calculators that you might find online. So once again, this is just on onlinecalculator.com, and I click the scientific calculator. I'm just going to clear this out here. In order to toggle between regular sine, cosine, and tangent, and the sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tangent inverse, I'm hitting that first or second button down here. Okay, so once again, this one right here on this calculator, we had to put the number in first. So for instance, if I had, let's say we had sine equal to 14 over 16. What I would do is I would make sure that I'm on the sine inverse menu. I would do that ratio first, so 14 divided by 16. Hit equals to get that decimal. And now I can hit the sine inverse button, and that'll give me that 61.0 degrees. Okay. Similar type idea, if I go to just Google and I just type in calculator, I have this piece here. All right. This one, if you look at it, doesn't have a second button. It does, however, have an inverse button. So if I click that inverse button, that's where sine, cosine, and tangent inverse comes up there. This calculator now, this one you have to do the sine inverse first, and then you can do your actual ratio, your actual fraction. So for instance, if we still have that sine of the angle equals 14 over 16, to find the angle, I'm going to hit the inverse button here. I'm going to do sine inverse. Depending on your calculator you're using, you might see it come up as arc sine, arc cosine, or arc tangent. That is the exact same thing as sine inverse. It's just a little bit different notation depending on the calculator you're using. Okay, so this one shows me arc sine, which is just fine. I'm then going to do 14 divided by 16. And then I'll hit the equals. Oh, I'm in radian mode. Always remember that you should be in degrees. My apologies. That's a good teaching point. So I'm going to make sure I'm in degree mode, which I am. The degrees are highlighted there. And now I'm going to go through and do that same thing again. So sine inverse, 14 divided by 16. And we get to the same 61.0 degrees that we got a second ago. All right. So once again, if you are having trouble with using your calculator at all, once again, reach out to your corresponding geometry teacher, and we'll do our best to kind of walk you through that, or possibly get on a Zoom call with you and kind of show you exactly firsthand how that calculator works. All right. Thank you very much for continuing to use these learning opportunities. It is greatly appreciated, the hard work you guys are putting in. Hopefully everyone is happy and safe and well. Your families are healthy as well. And hopefully you get a chance to go out and enjoy this nice weather that we're going to be having here in the near future. But once again, keep going on these learning opportunities. Thank you and have a nice day.